No? Okay, now I think I am live. I just spoke to myself and thought I was live, but now I think I am live. I will wait a few minutes for people to arrive, but let me know in the chat that you can hear me and see me and all the things. And Maggie in the background, my dog is barking, that's lovely, on cue. And I will get myself, all comfy, ready for my first live plan with me. I'm so excited, I've never done this before. Hello, I can see people in the chat. It feels like a lot of things to juggle from my side in terms of the talking and the technology and the planning and the doing, but I will do my best. I'm sure it'll be great. I've been thinking about doing a live plan with me for a while now, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to showing you how I plan my week. If you've come here from YouTube and not from over on Instagram, you might not know that I'm doing this event as part of Emily Harvey Art's eHearts Showcase, which has been going on all weekend, and over 100 creators that are part of her Patreon have been doing different live events to showcase some of their talents. So I have done a couple of Instagram lives talking about the importance of community on Friday and talking about creativity for mental health yesterday. So if you haven't seen those, go over to Instagram and I shared them on my profile. So yeah, this is my third and final live event for the weekend, and I'm super excited. I have been wanting to do a live plan with me for a while now, and this just struck me as the perfect opportunity to give it a go. Obviously, as with the first time you do anything, it's a bit nerve-wracking, but if it goes well and people like it, I might consider doing it like once a month or something, maybe as I'm actually setting up my month, so like at the end of a month, ready for a new month. Yeah, let me just check that everything is actually working. I'm getting some scary looking errors and things. No, it looks fine. It looks fine. Yeah, as long as people can hear me and see me, then that's what matters. So what I thought I would do for the day, bear with me a second. I need to, no I don't, just make sure that people are watching. So what I thought I would do is show you how I plan my week, obviously, but by that I'm going to show you how I kind of like wrap up a previous week and pre-plan the next week before I actually put the information into my physical planner. Then I'm going to show you how I actually fill in my weekly spreads and talk to you a bit about why I follow the process I do, and then depending on time I might do a little planner flip through of what's in there at the moment in the other sections that aren't my weeklies. So let's get the planner out. It's an A6 planner, a Van der Spek planner. I do have a custom one that I ordered probably over a month ago, and it's yellow and blue, my Plan Inspire Create colours, and I'm so excited for it to come. And I thought it might have come by now, and I went on and looked at the shipping information and they haven't even started making it yet. It said the production time for custom planners is something like 4 months. So yeah, eventually I'll be in that one, but for now I'm just in one of the Van der Spek like pre-made planners, and I really like it, which is why I went back and got a custom. And I've recently gone back to a setup, well, a variation on a setup that I did last year, kind of lemons and pineapples, more of a summery theme. So yeah, I might actually link some more information to that setup in the description. I'll remember. So I've been doing a mixture of planning recently. I used to have everything in my physical planner, but I've started using Notion a little bit more for like the bigger picture planning and the longer term stuff, and then kind of like nitty gritty everyday stuff is in here. If you don't know what Notion is, it's like an online I want to say task management system, but I think it's more than that. It's like an online workspace basically where you can do everything in there. You can put your calendars in there, to-do lists, you can save information in there, link to web pages, videos. Like, the idea of it is you can, instead of having like something for this, something for that, something for that, you can contain it all in one place. And obviously I'm not containing it all in one place because I've got my physical planner and I'll always have a physical planner. But I am currently working on a project where I set up Notion for my longer term stuff. So it's not perfect yet, but I've started putting some of the stuff in Notion, and I will show you here if I can get you on my weekly review. So if anyone has seen my Getting Things Done series on my YouTube channel, is the stream lagging for anyone else? Or I just had a message in the chat to say that it's lagging for somebody, but it might just be them.
Stream on.
I just restarted it, but it's buffering for me. I lowered it to 1500.
Okay, it's weird.
Is
it starting up now?
Yeah.
I don't know what we're calling it. The internet's really good here. So.
Yeah, I know. So I've just restarted the stream, so can people let me know if they can see it a little bit better? It says for me now that it's a good connection, so I'm hoping that it won't carry on buffering. I mean, ironically, it was perfect when I tested it both times, so this is just sod's law. But I'm hoping that it's not buffering and that you can see me and hear me. Okay, we think it's working. We think it's working. We think it's working. Okay, so back to the planning. Sorry about that. So if you have seen my Getting Things Done series on my YouTube channel, you'll know that I follow the Getting Things Done method by David Allen, and I did a video on the weekly review, and I had a weekly review checklist in my planner back when I was in an A5 planner, and I've moved back to my A6 a few months ago now, so I didn't have it in there. And what I thought was a great thing to do would be to have it in my Notion so that I can refer to it whilst I'm working in my planner. So the first thing I do every week is reflect on the previous week and think about what went well, what could have been better, what I've learned, and what I might do differently next week. So what I usually do, if I hide that, is flick to the week that I've just done. So if I zoom you in a bit so you can see, this was my week. And you'll see all these paw prints because my family got a puppy the previous Friday night, and we're kind of on a bit of a rota of watching her so that so we can toilet train her and make sure she doesn't get up to any mischief. So I was doing kind of half days in the week looking after her. And I had a lot of other things going on. These are all different appointments and things, and then things that I wanted to get done down this side, like not on a specific day. I haven't finished everything on here. It's not showing up very well on the camera, but you can see if I've finished it, I've stroked through it with a orange mild liner, and there are a few that I haven't done. And these crosses are, I just put a cross if I've worked on it that day so I can see how much I've worked on different things and that I've actually started it. So the things that haven't got a cross on are the things that aren't struck through, I'll sell my old laptop, but I did list it, so it's just sat on Facebook waiting to sell. And then my secret project that I'm working on with my patrons, I didn't get round to doing anything on this week. So that needs to be a massive priority next week. However, I kept all my appointments, so that went well. I kept my sanity, so that went well, because it was a bit touch and go with the puppy, I'm not going to lie, and having so much to do and to try and get done alongside having a new puppy and like having my usual routine thrown out the window was hard. I'm somebody who likes to have a bit of quiet time in the morning to kind of come round to the day and then really get going in the morning on like the hard tasks. And I couldn't do that because I was mostly on morning duties with the puppy. So that kind of threw me out of my usual routine. And then I was quite tired and found it hard to get into work later on in the day. So thinking about that for this week, because this week, let me check my calendar, I am going to be on puppy duty again, and I know that I'm doing 6 days, I think, not 5. So I need to think about how I can work it better. Yeah, I'm doing all mornings, Monday to Friday, and then Saturday afternoon. So there goes my morning productivity. If she falls asleep, I try and power through, and I did that a few times. I managed to get like a good chunk of work done without having to stop like every 5-10 minutes and then struggling to get back into the flow. So I maybe need to think about what things are better to do while she's asleep or when she's not, or when I've not got her. And yeah, or maybe spend the first part of the morning really trying to tire her out, because obviously she's been asleep all night and she's full of energy. So maybe I will start later but focus on the first part of the morning tiring her out, and then maybe like mid-morning to lunchtime seeing if I can get some stuff done, so that it's not that I'm not even starting work until the afternoon. So we'll see how that goes. I think that pretty much encompasses this week, what went well and what didn't. In terms of some other what went wells, I got my self-care boxes for my Patreon all packaged up. Here is a sample one I can show you, look. And I'm going to show you what's in it because it's a surprise, and I don't want it to be spoiled for my patrons who are on that tier and receive the boxes, but they're going out next week and I'm super excited. So that went well, because considering I had to do a lot of like physical production of products and packing orders from my shop alongside trying to watch the puppy, that was difficult, and so I'd say I managed it well. What are my other questions on my weekly review? Yeah, what have I learned? I'm going to try tiring her out and not putting the pressure on myself to start work until mid-morning. That's what I'll do differently next week is, I don't think it does any good to try and just muddle through all morning. If I give Millie some dedicated time and then hopefully she'll fall asleep and I can give work some dedicated time, maybe that'll work better. I also had a friend that came round because I was at the end of my tether. It was Friday and I hadn't prepared for the showcase this weekend, and it was starting Friday night, so I did have a friend come and watch Millie, so I did call in the reinforcements. That went in quite well. So that's my weekly review. So I kind of tick them off as I've done them. And then we're on to the, oh, thank you, Aaron. Aaron's in the chat, the reinforcements, puppy reinforcements, said, can do that again if that helps. I might hold you to that. So next is my Get Clear section, and this is all about getting all the loose ends tied up and getting everything out of your head ready to kind of start planning a new week. So some of these I've already done off the stream because it would be super boring for you to sit and watch me filing papers. So I've emptied my email inboxes. I have cleared my desktop and downloads folder, and I've done my physical inbox. So like letters I've received this week, I've filed them all away. And the idea is just doing it weekly, they don't build up. And then clear out notes in my to-do apps or anywhere else. So I know that I have got something I wrote down yesterday when I was doing the live event. So if I flick to my master to-do list, basically if I close it for a sec, all these are little links. So if I click on this, it'll open the master to-do list, and this is basically where I keep my big list of everything that's kind of in progress, and there's different categories I can filter it by. And the things out of my to-do app, I'm just gonna put in here. So I wrote a note to myself that in my live stream yesterday, I set people a challenge to try something new and said I would do the same. And I said I would learn a song on ukulele and share it. So I need to write that in here and share to Instagram. And I need to be at home to do that. I have these little filters, so like if I'm at my computer, I can just filter by computer and get a load of computer stuff done. So that's one thing. I also said I would do a blog post on creative activities to try. That's less of a priority, but I'm going to put it on the list. Blog post on creative activities people can try. That needs to be at my computer. So that's everything out of my notes app. So I can click that off. And then there's a trigger list here, if I open it, to kind of get me to think about different areas of my life and where I might have extra, basically it'll trigger a thought. So I'll look at things around the house and it might trigger me, oh yeah, I need to buy a new coffee table and I haven't got that on my list. That's the idea. So I have a quick flick down this list. Don't think there's anything I've got to fix. I do need to clean my car, actually. That needs to go on the list. It is well overdue. We've had construction by our house for a long time now at this point, and it's constantly just covered in like brick dust and like construction dust, and it just damages the paintwork. And part of me feels like, what's the point in washing it, because give it an hour and it'll be dirty again, but then I don't want all the paintwork on my car to get damaged. So I need to try and find some time to go out and do that this week. I need to make a list. I'm moving house and there's going to be some things I need to buy, and I'd like to make a list of things I'm going to need to buy so that I can think about a budget for that. So make a list of items to buy for a new house, and I probably want to be on my computer for that. Oops. And then what else have we got in here? Life admin. Haven't got any bills to pay. Well, I mean, I have, but they're taken care of. Filing. Internet landlord. Nope. Then on this list, have I got anything that I need to buy? I don't think so. I'm kind of on a bit of a no spend at the moment because I'm saving for the purchases for the new house. Don't need medication. Projects that I'm working on, I've already got a list. Nope. I don't think I've borrowed anything off anyone that I owe them. Any events coming up, I will look in my calendar in a sec, but nothing this week anyway. And then people to contact. I do need to get in touch with family, to be honest. So I might come back to that. And then thinking about the people in my life. Do I owe them anything? Do I need to talk to them about anything? Yeah, actually, I'm gonna say this week I want to message my friend and my sister. Then anything for my dog is down here. She hasn't got anything due. She is due a groom soon, but that's in my calendar. Car cleaning, laundry. Anything for my health. I have got exercise scheduled in this week, so that's good. Ooh, actually, I do need to buy some more vitamin D. See, it's a good list. It really helps me do a brain dump because I've got the prompts rather than sitting and willing things to come forward, because they might not necessarily. And anything with finances I'm up to date with. So I've checked my trigger list. If anything else comes to mind, I will pop it in. I'll just do the contexts for these, like where I need to be. These need my phone for, and then buy vitamin D is an errand. So, going back to my weekly review. I have done everything in Get Clear. So then the idea is to get current. So look at everything in that to-do list, tick off anything that's been completed. I believe I've already done that. There's nothing on here that I've completed and it's still on the list. These are all still things that need to be done. These don't include my business to-dos. This is kind of outside my business, to be honest. There's a few things on here that are business related. Like I've said, I want to complete a course, but that's kind of a bigger project. Other than that, I have a separate section where I kind of manage my business tasks. Otherwise that to-do list would be insanely long. Then I review my calendar for the next 4 weeks and see if that prompts me to add anything to the list, like if I need to prepare for an event or maybe I need to get somebody a card. So I actually do my main planning in Google Calendar in terms of my forward planning. That's the phrase I was looking for, in terms of my forward planning. So if I close Notion for you a sec, there you go. I just grab my phone and I have different calendars and it's kind of color coded because that's just how I like to do things. So all these purples are my dog duty, and the brown things are my Patreon rewards. Green things are like personal appointments. Blue things are business appointments or things that need to be done at a specific time. So I have a look through and see if it prompts any tasks. So I usually look at the next 4 weeks. So this is going to prompt some business to-dos, but I'm not going to put those on that list. So when I do my weekly plan in a sec, I will refer back to this, but we'll see what other things we've got coming up. So I've got a flea treatment due, but I've already got the things for it. What else? I'm going on a trip there, but it's just a day trip, so I don't really need to prepare anything. Got a birthday coming up later in the month. And then, yeah, there's nothing I really need to prepare for. I'm not really going anywhere. So that is that. That's easy enough. So if I go back to Notion, then I can tick that I've done that. Then what I do is I review my monthly, weekly and daily pages and do the same, just see if it prompts anything. So if I close Notion so you can see, and I'll just zoom you out a touch. If I go back to the beginning, this is my monthly section. And this is my monthly spread. So it's a month on 4 page. And what I like to do is I do a bit of a brain dump at the beginning of the month. I'll show you here. Zoom in so you can see. And so I had a few things that I just jotted down, and it helped me just think about my priorities and what else I need to do. And I put this little sleepy panda on here and a little arrow saying do more of this, because everything is so busy and overwhelming at the moment that I feel like I just really need to remember this. And then I have these 4 boxes with kind of my priorities for the month. Move it so you can see, that might help. So my top priority is my secret project with my patrons, so I do need to get on that this week. For health, I have an assessment. I need to remember to rest, and I need to make sure I've got some direction for my therapy, which I did last week, so that's good. Work, my priorities were the self-care boxes, which are now done, just pending sending out. The secret project, Pinterest course, so that needs doing. So I'm just gonna grab my work notebook that I just jot things down into, and I'm just gonna make a note of these business to-dos, so I don't want to put them on my big master list. So secret project needs to be a big priority. Pinterest course I could do with making more progress on this week. I've started it. I did some earlier in the month. And the showcase, which is obviously ending today. And then my personal are packing, because I'm moving house, and I've just done some of that, and hopefully we'll do a little bit more next week. And getting into regular music practice. So I'm going to put that on my to-do list in Notion. Is to-do list getting long? Establish regular music practice, and I kind of need to be at home for that unless I take my ukulele somewhere. So that's prompted me on my monthly priorities. And then the next spread on the monthly is the monthly calendar. And this, I don't put absolutely everything on here. What I put is like personal appointments that can't be moved. And then at the bottom of every box, these kind of color-coded dots, it's things that I need to produce and put out in terms of content. Either for Plan, Inspire, Create, or for my blog and podcast that I run with Aaron, who's in the chat. That's to do with autism. So this week coming up, I've got to match up my pen pals. That's my Patreon. Other Patreon things are an early access video, a live stream, and the podcast is due out this week. So if I just make a note of those, I'll use my phone. Podcast needs recording and editing. I need to finish my vlog, which will be out on Thursday, but earlier for my patrons. I need to match the pen pals. I need to schedule the live stream. And I mean, like, actually communicate it to my patrons, so that will be happening tomorrow. So that's great. That's all the content that's coming up this week. I need to send the boxes, and then I need to post on social media about the boxes after my patrons have received them, so that there's no spoilers for them. And then looking at what's coming up the following week, it's a Zoom call on Patreon, so that's fine. I can prepare for that the following week. So I can kind of get an overview of when I'm going to be busy and not able to work from this spread, and look at how far ahead that I can plan things. What's happening in the chat? Aaron says, wait, our picnic is on the 20th with Hub. I'm just planning as well. I'm so happy you're planning with me. Yes, the picnic we're going to is on the 20th. I've got cover for puppy duty, so I can go. And I think it's at, let me tell you. Look at me helping people with their planning. It's at, 11:30. arrive with food, so we need to think about that. But there you go. I stop doing my personal errands now that other people don't want to know about, except for me and you are. So that's my monthly spread. Then I would look at this week to see what was done, what wasn't done, and again, if that prompts any tasks. So I know I need to catch up on the secret project, and I still need to sell the laptop, but it's listed. So I've got secret project and laptop on my list, so that's fine. And looking at my appointments, everything was attended. Sometimes that would prompt me that I needed to follow up on something, which again is why I look back at what I've attended this week. But no, that's not doing anything for me. There's nothing I need to follow up on. And then I would look at any daily pages, but I haven't actually used any daily pages this week. When's that from? No, haven't used any daily pages. I've just been using my weekly, so no daily pages to look at. So that's done on Notion. So we'll look what the next part of the review is. And then once I've done all this review, my planning is so quick, so I've got all the information. So then I check my list of things that I'm waiting for and chase up anyone that I need to. So if I go back to my to-do list, there's a context here that's waiting for, and there's different views down here, so I can just filter by things I'm waiting for. And I'm waiting for some information from my estate agent, which I actually chased on Friday, so I'm not going to chase them again. And I'm waiting for somebody to buy my wedding dress. I'm going to give that a bit more time. If not, I'm going to look at the price, but I'm going to leave that for this week. So that is the waiting for list. Then I will be reviewing my goals and projects usually. However, that is still being set up on my Notion, so I'm just going to tick that as done, and then reach out to friends and schedule in plans. I've already done a bit of that because I've arranged 2 things which are in my calendar for this week. I did that kind of ahead of time. Actually, I haven't put one of them in my calendar, so I'm going to do that now quickly. So it kind of prompts me to make sure that everything is up to date. There. And the other things that I want to reach out and talk to people, I've put that on my to-do list. So that's get current. I've kind of got things out of my head from all the different places and onto kind of a master to-do list. Then the next section is get creative, and this is thinking about kind of bigger picture things, and this is the last section. So first I review my someday maybe list, so that's things that I want to do but I'm not necessarily that focused on doing right now, and again that's another view in here. So if I click on Sunday, at the minute I've only got one thing on there because, like I said, I'm setting up these, so I do have a longer term list in my old planner and it needs transferring over to here. But find a new vet for Maggie I'm not going to do until I move. I'm going to keep her at her current vet's, even though it's a little bit far away because I'm kind of staying somewhere else temporarily, so don't need to do anything from that. But ordinarily I would kind of look if there's anything off here that I want to move to the to-do list or whether I just want to strike it off completely. Then the last thing I do is look at my vision and consider any related tasks, whether I need to add anything. So these vision statements I created with the My Life Reboot workbook. There's a whole video series. I'll link that as well. So what if I said I'll link My Life Reboot and the Getting Things Done series link. There we go. And I came up with a vision of how I wanted my life to look in 8 different areas, and I've got them on here so that I can keep looking back to them. So I have a scan down this list and I see if there's anything I could be doing to work towards these, whether I am actually working towards them or whether there hasn't really been any progress. So physical, I've got 2 exercise activities planned in this week and I'm encouraging myself to rest as well, so that's good. Emotional, I'm engaging with therapy, I'm taking time for myself, I'm resting, so I think I'm on track with that. Home is difficult because obviously I'm between houses, But my home will be a calm and safe space that reflects me and the things I enjoy. I think I'm kind of managing to do that at the minute-ish. And then I'll have stronger relationships with people I love and put regular effort into maintaining them. Well, I've got some people to contact on my list for this week. Social, feeling part of communities, I feel I'm on track with. And again, investing in friendships. Professional, tasks for my small business are moving. I'm making sure I rest, and the book goal is currently on hold because I can only do so many things at once. Values, I feel I'm on track with these. Financial, I'm kind of on a no spend. And passion, I am sharing my learning with others right now. So I feel I'm on track with those. It hasn't really prompted any extra to-dos. So I've completed my weekly review for the week. And then what I would do next week is just untick all these boxes and start again. So that's what's happening with my Notion. So now I've actually done this, I can, if I get rid of that for you, actually set up my week in my planner. So this is the fun bit where I get to play, do my decorating, and actually focus on what from my to-do list is a priority and needs to get done this actual week. And then this I refer to every week. So this is a layout that I created. I am thinking about putting this in my shop. So if you want to see that, let me know. What I do as per the Getting Things Done system, under the actual days in the calendar, I only put appointments, things that are happening at a specific time or like have to get done that day. And then this is where I put my to-do list. This is called the Alistair method. It's not really a part of Getting Things Done, but I've kind of used it to help. So I put the things that I want to get done this week down here, and then like I said, I've got the days of the week and I tick off when I've done a bit of work on it, and I strike through it when I finish the task completely. So that was this week. I'm going to go to a blank spread, and I usually just pull it out so that I can, the rings, it's not fall off my chair. The rings are out of the way and I can just focus on it. And the very, very first thing I do is always pick a washi. So I have my washi ring here. Let's zoom out of it so you can see. I have my washi ring here, which has got all my washies on. At the minute, I'm doing the lemon and pineapple theme, and I have got a lemon and pineapple washi, but I think I might go for something different just for fun. Let's pick something. I might do, I've used these two quite a lot recently. I've been quite into these. This is like a busy bee and this is like a cute bunting. Could do gold. I could do flowers. I might do flowers. Yeah, I might do flowers. Yeah, let's do flowers. Yeah, sometimes I can make this decision last for ages. So you just swizzle them round on the ring and then it undoes here and you can take it off. I think this one might be too wide for, yeah, that's too wide for that spread. So I'm going to use this grey one. So let's move that out of the way. And then what I do is, I did a reel about this in the week, is how I apply washi quickly is that end was a bit damaged. I undo the washi and I stick on more than I need. And I just rip it. So you've got slightly longer pieces. And the same on the other side. I've got the slightly longer pieces. And then I get one of these things, which is an artist's palette knife, and use it for like painting and things. But I use it for slicing my washi. So I put it where I want to rip the washi, and I use it to kind of rip it against it. So I just do that, and then there's like a perfect line. And it's all neat, and I don't have to faff about with trying to cut it to size and having like wonky lines and things, and it's just really quick. So that's done. I try and make things as like quick and effortless as possible, so that if I don't really feel like doing all the extra things, that's fine, I don't have to, and the planner will just be functional, so I don't go mad on decoration. The last few weeks I've done a bit more than others, just because it's cheering me up and I feel like it, but I kind of design these spreads so that I don't necessarily have to. Then in the pockets of my planner, I've got some nice little stickers that are good sizes. So I tend to keep my little sheets in here, and also like samplers that I get from different companies, because they're the kind of perfect size. I love these little post-its, so I'll probably use some of them. Using a lot of my paw prints at the minute. I do quite like these flowers. Oh yeah, and then these are my medication ones. So I might use those. Move the ones I'm not going to use. And then in the back, I do have a few more, just kind of like functional sheets with different colours on. So I might use some of them. But I've also got, if I show you, my giant sticker box here, and it's split into categories, and I've got like all different sticker boxes. So if I need to grab anything else, that's where I grab it from. Maybe I'll use some flowers. I've got a section here for hearts and flowers. So if I have a look what they've got in here, I might use something to go with the washi. What does the washi look like? See if there's anything that I want to use. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Nah, I think they're all a little bit big for this planner. Yeah, they are a little bit big for this planner, but I'll probably use some icons, so I'll leave it open at the icons. See what colour icons I've got. Maybe a peach and a grey. Oh, they're good, they're on the same sheet, so I might use those. Yeah. Lovely, I'll probably use those. And maybe a newsletter one, because I've got a newsletter to go out this week. So, lovely. I grab a few bits and then I start planning. So the first thing I do is number the days. So if I move this out of the way. I don't normally do this, but as we're on a stream and I'm trying to be all fancy, I think I've got some little numbers in here. Maybe I can use them. Depending on the dates. What's the date today? So I need it to, oh yeah, that lines up quite well. I'll use this. So I've got these teeny tiny little numbers. I think I might use these. If I zoom you in so you can see what I'm up to. So it is the 9th tomorrow, isn't it? I'm not making a mistake. I'm going from the 9th to the 15th. Oh, I haven't got a 15 in that one. Let's see if I've got any other little numbers. They're too big. They're too big. Maybe those might be a bit big. Yeah, we might not be doing numbers because I'm one missing there. That's a problem when you, unless you use a kind of thing of numbers for 1 month and then like get another one, I end up with odd amounts of numbers left that I can't really use. So are they too big? A bit too big, I think. Let's have a look. No, they look okay. We'll use those just to, you know, feel fancy. But like I said, if it's a week where I feel like just scribbling the numbers on, which is most weeks, then that's what I'm going to do. But for the sake of using some of my supplies and having fun on the stream, I'm going to use the stickers. I just had my dog burp outside the door, which is really gross. 13. 14 and 15. And then the next thing I'm going to do is mark down my appointments. Yeah, Maggie is making an entrance. She's gone away now though. So I'm going to mark down my appointments. I'll probably do doggy duties first. So every morning I've got Millie. So a paw print needs to be the first thing on every day in the week. So these little paw prints are from Sticky McStickerface. We like those. Monday. Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday. Some weeks I would have her in the afternoon sometimes, in the morning sometimes, like if people need to go out and we swap things around, but this week I've got her all mornings. And then Saturday in the afternoon. I don't know what else is happening Saturday. Nothing right now. So I'm just going to put it lower down in case anything needs to go above it. So that's my paw prints. And then if I get my pen out of my planner, then I'm gonna just write AM, 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 and PM. Okay, so that's that. The next thing I'm going to use a little icon for to save space is my newsletter. So I have a newsletter go that has to be sent on Tuesday. And maybe I will pick a peach if I'm going to be using other peach icons, because there's a bit of a peachy colour in here, so that's what I was thinking. Or I could use a grey. No, let's save the grey. I'll use this peach on Tuesday. And this newsletter, because I do send two, is for the Autissphere, which is my autism blog and podcast. So I just make a note that that's what it is. So that's that done. Then I'm going to put in any other appointments. So Wednesday, might use one of these little post-its. What colour? This colour. To add a bit of interest. Wednesday at, I don't know what time, so I'm going to check and leave a gap. I have Emily Harvey's Cozy Catch-Up call. So put that in there. It's probably morning, so I'm going to have to juggle it with the dog, but we'll make it work. Then Friday at 9:20 I have the dentist. I feel like I've got some little dentist icons while I'm using icons. Where would they be? Oh, is this them? While I'm having fun doing something a bit different. I know that I do somewhere. Icons, they must be in here. I know exactly what the sheet looks like. I knew what it looked like. So, got a little tooth one. Yay! Friday. So let's save a bit of space with that. Dentist at 9:20. And yes, I do my 9s weird. I've never been able to do them properly. Then on Monday, I have tennis in the afternoon. On Wednesday, I have badminton at 7. Badminton. Didn't know if I was going to fit that in there. Thursday at 5:30, I need to promote my video. This week it will be a studio vlog behind the scenes of putting together my self-care boxes for my patrons, as well as managing work with a new puppy. So it's a fun one from a video. And Friday afternoon, I usually go out to a cafe. Saturday I've got Millie, and then Sunday at 4 p.m. I've got a coaching call. So that's all my appointments for this week, except my patron stuff. So Monday is the pen pals. I could do with a little icon just to denote the Patreon stuff. So if I get rid of that, done with that. Actually not going to use those. I'll use some of these grey things. So they're quite big. They're quite big. Well, a little star, they're not very big. Yeah, Monday is Match the Pen Pals. We have a pen pal club that we're starting, and everyone that has opted in will be matched up. I've got a question. Had to dip out for a while, so someone may have asked, but did you use a template for your Notion? I absolutely love it. I've got a Notion page, but it doesn't serve me very well. So yes, I have borrowed templates from different places and then customized them rather than trying to create things from scratch. I found when I first started using Notion that I see other people's pages and like all the different things they've done with them, and I think because Notion can do so many things that it can be quite overwhelming to know where to start with learning it. So what I found easier was finding other people's templates and then going from there. So I've done a lot of customizing and borrowing. What I'm actually thinking of doing is possibly doing some video series on how I've set up my Notion pages and how you can set up kind of to-do list templates that link with other pages, or like checklists like my weekly review. So if that's something people are interested in, let me know what you struggle with Notion and what you would like to see in a video series, and I can look at putting something together for you now that I'm getting better at using the software. Now I've been using it for a little while. Otherwise, I am thinking about putting together a series of templates to share. So if there's specific things that you've seen in this video that you're like, yes, I would like to see that, let me know, and I will think about adding that to the list. So yes, let me know either in the chat, or if you're watching this on the replay, let me know in the comments. I also love watching Notion tours. I got a little bit obsessed with them, to be honest. I didn't think I would get into Notion because I am a paper planner. However, I find that I can really use my paper planner for like the day-to-day of what I need to get done, and then the bigger stuff I find it easier to have that in Notion, and then it's easy to use them alongside each other. Like my paper planner is like a companion to my Notion. So I am also thinking of doing a video on how I use like my planning systems together. So yeah, I do love a Notion tour. So I probably will do one at some point. But big shoes to fill because I've watched quite a lot of Notion tours that I've really enjoyed. Where was I? Patreon things. Yeah. So Wednesday is early access. We know that doesn't really need to go in there, but Thursday does, because that's my live stream. I left myself enough room just live stream. And Friday the podcast goes out. So they're all my important things I need to keep an eye on this week. Podcast. There we go. let's look at the chat. I just find it so satisfying, but I am such a scatterbrain. I find it so hard to keep up with. I think I'm going to start from scratch tonight and try and build it a bit more sustainable for me. I think that's the thing. Notion can do so much, but if you're not going to use it and not find any benefit from it, then you'll spend so much time setting up something that's not going to work for you. Like, I think this is the case with planning in general. It's very personal and individual and what works for you. If you can spend... I did a video on planner trends and the pros and cons of planner trends, and I think Notion has been a big trend, and I think sometimes it's easy to kind of jump on those trends and look at how other people are doing it and think that looks amazing, I want to do it like that. But if it doesn't help you in your day-to-day life, or it's like not how you work, and so you won't end up using it and getting benefit from it, then it's kind of pointless. Like, it has to work with how you work. So I think with everything, it's a bit of trial and error, but starting from scratch and thinking about how you work, I think is a really good approach, rather than, thinking about all the pretty things on the Notion tools, which I'm really tempted with. I do get quite drawn in, but I have to reel it back and remember to just think about what I'm going to use and how I'm going to use it. So that's my appointments for the week. Then what I do, that's the sticker sheet. Then what I do is my to-do list, and this is really easy. So I look at my business to-do list, I look at what Patreon rewards I've got coming up, and I look at my master to-do list, and I will just simply write out down here on the list. So I will first start with the things that I jotted down in terms of business to-dos. So I will just write these out in any old order, to be honest, but I'll show you then how I kind of prioritise them. So my secret project I am going to put right at the top, because that does need to be a big priority. And I'm worried, looking at all of this, that there's not a lot of time in the week, so that's something else that needs to be considered. However, Tuesday is a free day apart from the puppy. Thursday is pretty much a free day apart from the puppy, so those might be my two main work days. Wednesday isn't, it's a bit bitty. So secret project, I'm going to put Pinterest course, and I'm going to put one module. So if I just aim to get one module done on the course, I'm not asking the world, it's a bit more achievable. I need to record my podcast. I need to edit my podcast. I need to edit my vlog, which goes up officially Thursday, but obviously I need to get it done because patrons get it sooner. I need to match the pen pals, but I've already got that on there, so I'm not going to put it on my to-do list. I need to schedule the live stream so that my patrons know exactly when it is, not just the day. I need to send the self-care boxes. So excited. Then I need to post on social media about the boxes. See if anyone else wants one before they go, because once they're gone, they won't be in my shop. So those are kind of my businessy things, and I'm just going to have another look on here. I need to write the Autosphere newsletter before I can actually send it on Tuesday. Match the pen pals, I've done everything I need to do apart from the actual task. Live stream I've covered, podcast I've covered. Yeah, so that's my businessy things, and then I'm going to flick back to my to-do list on Notion. So let's have a look at that. Not the weekly review, we're done with that. So if I put this back to this view, let's think about what needs to be done as a priority this week. Okay, so Autosphere newsletter I've just got. That's waiting for. As part of the... No, I'm not going to tell you that. I nearly just gave something away on a secret project. Okay, I need to schedule music practice. That needs to be a priority. I need to really want to clean the car. I want to continue reading 12-week year. And I want to make the list for the new house. And I want to message Stacey and message Becky. Now this is a lot of things. However, what I'm going to do now is think about when I might get these things done. Don't do this every week, but with having the puppy, I think it's advisable. So if I get rid of Notion again so that you can see what I'm doing, I can now put these back in my planner. But actually I might just do this first. So what I do is every week I have, if I can get it, a mild liner in my planner. I've just got a grey one. You see it now. I was just trying to figure out which camera to put that in. And I use this little dotty end to cross through the tasks when they're done. And they cross out where you can still see the writing. It doesn't really cover it. However, what I also do is where there's these dots, you can't, can you see the dots? Yeah, you can see there's like a dot for every day of the week. Where I've got those dots, I colour a little dot over it slightly bigger if I think I'm going to get it done on that day. And this helps me prioritising. So Monday, I need to prioritise things that need doing for Tuesday. For example, the newsletter goes out on Tuesday, so I know I need to write the newsletter Monday. So wherever write the newsletter is, I'm going to put Monday. And it's so little, you can't really see. It's not going to distract from when I'm crossing off when I've worked on things, but I can just look down tomorrow, and when I'm producing my daily list of things to do and looking at my schedule, I can think, right, these are the things that I really wanted to get done on Monday. So editing the vlog I would really like to get done tomorrow because that's a priority as well. Scheduling the live stream, so like all the stuff that's like setting up for the week. I can post the boxes tomorrow because they're done now. Yeah, so I really want to get those done tomorrow. Those are my priority things. So what I will then do is, part of my routine is at the end of a day, I come back into my weekly planner and I check off the things I've worked on. It's usually open on this page or on a daily page, but I'll flick between the two. And I will check off everything that I've worked on that day and cross it out if it's completed so that I haven't got to worry about that for the rest of the week. And then what I will do is put dots on things I think I'll do next for the Tuesday. And if anything else comes up during the week, I just add them on the bottom. So this just means that obviously there's a lot more on my master's to-do list, but these are the things that I want to make a priority for this week. If for some reason on this earth I get through this list, what I will do is refer to the master to-do list and see if there's anything else I can get done. So I'm going to pop this back in my planner. I can't believe how long I've been talking for. Thank you if you stuck with me. I'm going to stick this back in my planner, so I'll go to the last week that I did and then just pop it back in. And put the paperclip on this week. Got my little star. There. So I'm all set up for the week. Aaron says if you get through it all, have a bloody lie down. Yeah, I will be scheduling lie downs, and Sunday I might definitely need one. Things are very, very busy at the minute, which is stressful. And selling and buying a house and a new puppy and launching a Patreon and like all the things, I'm definitely, being pushed to the limit, or some days past the limit. So that's why, I also need to focus on being kind to myself. Something that I also do sometimes is have these little, where are they? Oh, they're in the back here. Have these little note to self stickers, and often I will put these on a day or a week to remind me when I look at my spread that I also need to be resting. They have little positive notes on them. So this one, for example, says, here it is, put yourself first, your mind is precious. It's okay to say no, that's a very important one, because if anyone was to try and add something else to this to-do list, I think I'd crack, because it's already very busy. And some of these that have gone, I can tell you, I've got a full sheet here. It's the South, I've got a colourful one here. So you're stronger than you think. Whatever you feel is okay. Take a break when you need it. I think that was probably the first one I used. Be kind to yourself. What else have I used? Listen to your body, and it's okay to set boundaries. So they're all ones that I've scattered throughout my planner previously. It just gives me a little reminder that it's not just about the to-dos, it's about my well-being. Like, they can't be done at the expense of my health, because that's part of my bigger vision that I went through. So making sure they get done is important. So I'm not going to stick one on here, because my to-do list is so full that there's not a lot of space. So I keep them in the back of here, and I use them on my dailies quite a lot. So I'm going to leave it there for this first plan with me. I'm happy that I've been through my whole weekly review with you. Obviously, if I was just doing this and not like talking through and explaining it, it's quite a quick process. Obviously, it's taken me longer just chatting, but I've really enjoyed doing it live and just hanging out and seeing what people have got to say. So thank you so much for joining me. If you want me to do another one of these, let me know. And don't forget that on YouTube, I have new videos every Thursday, one every week at least. So go and check out my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you all very soon.